It was a clear morning in late January of 1915 when the SS Waratah, often called the Titanic of the South, was preparing for what would become its final voyage. On the surface, the ship was magnificent, nearly 500 feet long with modern accommodations and a steel hull, designed for luxury and safety. But what happened to this ship remains one of the most puzzling maritime mysteries in history. No distress signal, no wreckage, no survivors. The Waratah simply vanished. The ship was sailing along the treacherous coast between Durban and Cape Town, South Africa. It had already completed one leg of its voyage from Australia to South Africa and was now en route to London. On board were over 200 people, passengers, crew, and a small group of wealthy travelers who had chosen the Waratah for its elegance. Among them were families, children, and even a few prominent business figures. None of them would ever be seen again now. Here's where things get strange. The Waratah left Durban on July 26, 1915. Weather reports indicate that conditions were rough, but not unusually dangerous for that time of year. A few hours after departing another ship, the Clan McIntyre saw the Waratah sailing steadily along the coast. They even exchanged signals that would be the last confirmed sighting of the vessel. Over the next several days, storm systems intensified across the region, but still no one expected the Waratah to disappear without a trace. When the ship didn't arrive in Cape Town, alarm bells started ringing. Search missions were launched. Naval vessels scoured the coastline. Even aircraft joined the hunt, but they found nothing. No debris, no lifeboats, not even a single floating life preserver. Naturally, theories started to swirl. Some believed the ship was caught in a violent storm and capsized. Others suspected a sudden cargo shift may have destabilized the vessel. It was later revealed that the Waratah was carrying large quantities of lead ore, which could have made her dangerously top-heavy, if not properly balanced. But those explanations didn't satisfy. Everyone's survivors from previous voyages had raised concerns about the ship's handling. One passenger reported that the Waratah had a tendency to roll aggressively even in moderate seas. Another said it felt like the ship was too tall for its own good, as if it might tip over at any moment. Still nothing was done. Safety inspections passed and the ship was allowed to continue sailing. There are also darker theories. Some have suggested sabotage or piracy, though no evidence has ever supported that. Others think the ship may have struck a rogue wave, a massive wall-like swell that can rise out of nowhere, and has been known to sink even large modern vessels. In 1915, such phenomena weren't well understood. If the Waratah encountered one of these monsters, it could have been overwhelmed in seconds. Then there are the more supernatural ideas. Some believe the Waratah vanished into a sort of Bermuda Triangle of the South, a cursed zone where ships and planes disappear without reason. Though widely dismissed by scientists, these theories persist in books and documentaries, fueled by the eerie lack of closure. What adds another layer of mystery is the fact that no part of the wreck has ever been conclusively found over a century later. Modern search teams equipped with sonar and deep sea robots have scoured the ocean floor, but the ship remains missing. Today's technology, most lost vessels are eventually discovered, but the Waratah, nothing. It's as if it vanished into thin air. Families of those who were on board waited years for answers. Some clung to hope that survivors might have made it to a remote beach or been rescued by an unknown vessel, but no such stories ever surfaced. In 1920, the ship was officially declared lost at sea, and the case closed, at least on paper. What really happened to the Waratah may never be known. It remains one of the sea's most haunting unsolved disappearances, a modern marvel gone without a trace. A ship that sailed into history and then straight into legend in the end. The ocean kept its secrets, as it so often does. And so, over a century later, the question still lingers like the fog over the Indian Ocean. How did this ship disappear in 1915? Thanks for watching this video.